Okay, so last lesson you wrote me some extended independent responses for an unseen question worth 12 marks. So I've given you each a mark out of 12, so hopefully you know the mark that you've received already. If you don't, check back on Teams or on Show My Homework for the comments. If you still can't find it, just send me a little comment and I'll resend it to you. So I just wanted to share with you the mark scheme so you can see how I've identified the marks and to help you identify the targets you need to improve. We're looking for everybody to be in this top band, so how do we get there? Well, if I unpick the mark scheme briefly for you, just put my face over here, I'll identify the key words from each section. Now, a few of you are in this section, so there are 4 levels. There's level 1 as well, but no one was in level 1, and I wouldn't expect you to. That's a very limited response. So level 2. So level 2 is an answer which demonstrates satisfactory analysis, and I think the most important words to look at here are more obvious and descriptive analysis. So there are obviously things that stand out that are more obvious to talk about, and there are things that stand out that are more interesting to talk about, or a word we're going to use in a minute, which is nuanced. So in order to get a high mark on this question, you have to be clear, but you have to go beyond really obvious or basic interpretations of things. That could mean you start with something more obvious and then you develop the response, or you link it to something else, or you say, well, as well as this. So it doesn't mean that every single comment that you make is super, super high level and perceptive. Actually, an answer tends to build, including the answers that I write, tend to build up. But it means that you go beyond things that are more obvious, are clearer. Descriptive rather than analytical, so that means you're telling me what's in the text, you're telling me what the shot type is, or you're telling me what the clothes look like, but you're not doing the really important thing, which explain why. Why has that decision been made? So, and you might use some media language, but it's not all of the time. So if you see here, it's inconsistent and occasional. So if you got 6 marks or below, it's because some of the points you were making a bit too obvious. You were describing rather than analysing. You're talking about what you could see rather than why it was there, and you weren't using enough media terminology. Now the middle band, which quite a few people were in, which is really good, and we're going to look at a couple of these answers in a minute, you were there for these reasons. So middle band is good analysis. So instead of satisfactory and some, it's sort of consistently good analysis, really clear responses. So clearly responding to the question, clearly sort of using the sentence frames, moving through the answer in a structured way. That word clear is really important. Mostly effective means most of the things they're saying are interesting, or they're justifying their answers most of the time, and they're saying things that are appropriate, and they're using a lot of subject terminology, or more so than the previous band. The thing that sticks out here in terms of the bottom and top of this band is the word nuanced. Nuanced means kind of really specific, precise, multi-level. So nuance is kind of the opposite of obvious. Someone who's making a couple of obvious points and not much media language, that's in band 2. People making a greater range of points, clearly, with good media language, that's band 3. But to get to the top of band 3 and into band 4, you're looking for nuance. So you're looking to look at really specific details and the layers of those details and linking those things together. So you'll see that word appears again in the top bands. The top band is excellent analysis, and I've picked out these words: detailed. So you're giving lots of reasons why, you're explaining yourself all the way through. Critical engagement means you're looking at multiple interpretations of something. You're saying, well, it could suggest this or this or this. You're looking at it with a critical eye, not just, oh, yellow means happy, therefore the artist is happy. You're saying, well, there's interesting range of possibilities with yellow, and you're kind of, negotiating with it. Nuanced aspects, again, links to that. And then consistent use of media terminology, of effective explanation. So hopefully there you can see those 3 bands. As I say, most of us are in that middle band, and we're pushing towards the top of band 3 into band 4.